video game reaction to.
Oh yeah, and today we're going to be watching the 10th year anniversary for League of Legends.
League of Legends. This game I like. I like this one. Although I haven't really played the game.
You like watching?
Yes, I like to watch. Yes.
It's fun to watch when they had the competitive scene, yeah. Especially when you are watching people that are really good in the finals and you can appreciate the skill that goes into it.
Right,
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, fascinating for me to watch. And the feelings that I feel watching them, like, oh my god, are they going to survive on this? And this is a big, big game. Oh, international. They go like real sports.
Yeah, you don't
That's
need,
hardcore.
Yeah, you don't need to tell the League of Legends fans that. But
I
thanks
know.
for the explanation.
I know, but I am amused by that.
I do
right?
wish the game was actually easier to get into so that you could pick it up and play. Because I actually think the core mechanics, honestly, is a lot of fun. And I can think that if you had a very simplified version, you would really get hooked into it. It is a lot of fun to play, but I think it's just hardcore enough. And honestly, there's just enough trolls that don't like it when new people come in and they just mess up their game. Because it's a team-based game. You have to play like a team. So if you really suck and your team loses, everyone hates you after that.
Oh, they're gonna hate me.
Oh, they would totally hate you. Yeah. They are making a mobile version of this game, so maybe it's going to be simplified and easier. They maybe check it out. All right, so 10 years. So let's check out this anniversary trailer. This seems to be a big year for anniversaries because we just watched a trailer for Warcraft, and that one's 25 years. So
Wow.
two of the biggest gaming franchises out there are now over a decade old.
That's silver anniversary. 25.
I don't know. I didn't exactly. We haven't quite got there on marriage, so I don't know what it is. Although we did pass our 10-year anniversary, and I don't even know what we were supposed to give each other.
I don't know. All right, let's watch this.
And away we go.
Hi everyone, this is Colby playing League of Legends Open Beta. Pretty cool game here.
We gotta introduce you guys to Faker if you haven't seen him already. He might be just the
Faker!
best mid laner in the world.
We've always loved watching him compete. Remember?
I've just been building up and working on my skill set.
We're playing TFT today. This is my very first round. I am nervous as heck. Yes, assassin! Kill them!
Alright, let's do it, baby. It's time to game on.
Yeah, it's amazing because this world has been historic.
Huge! Oh my god.
Wow. I mean, they really have spun a whole industry around them. It's not just a game. It's a tournament, it's a cosplay, it's a competitions, it's the culture of League of Legends.
Chemo on duty!
I'm French. I'm French.
Look at the get teleport! I love this series!
Wow.
That'd be so awesome to get featured. I can't believe they included that.
The upset is complete as the kills come through. The SKT dynasty is over.
Abi 1,5 saniyede ölüyoruz.
A lot of people feel like Dynamic Dude kills the competitiveness of League.
아, 이 게임 진짜 짜증나.
I made some really bad mistakes,
and I died a lot for no reason.
They're crying. Oh.
There's been times where even I don't believe in myself and everyone's telling me I'm washed up.
I'm really sorry to all my fans.
I let you guys down.
All we'll have to do is get better, you know?
I got beat so bad the last game. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than before.
그렇게 끝나면 안 되지. 한 번 더.
It was these guys who made me keep going and believed in me.
Oh yeah, boom!
May your mana points overflow and your AoE stick. May supports cover your flanks. May your marksman aim true.
He just get married.
Entonces, es uno de los ejemplos y que haga a todas las personas.
Anything is possible.
Yes, my favorite K-pop girl band. Just get it,
I would be like that in a competition too.
For sure.
I would flip my lid.
Oh, I want to watch that. Like the concert of the soundtrack and the characters. Oh my gosh.
Oh, in the finals you go live. It's like going to the Olympics.
Right.
It's a show and a competition.
Let the game begin.
Ooh.
Wow. That's it?
That was like 5 minutes long.
What? That was a nice, what do you call this one?
Montage,
a compilation.
Nostalgic.
Really cool. They bring you up to
the
hype.
I know. They bring you up and then defeat and then you win again. That is the ultimate story arc.
The sports of
oh my goodness. You know what's really crazy about League of Legends?
What?
One of the original people that worked at the company back then. I actually interviewed for them too, way back in the day. Yeah, before it came out. And during that time frame, the game was so bad, nobody wanted to play it. The co-founders had to force people to sit down and play the game. Even their own teams were like, nah, it's not fun.
See? Persistence, people.
They almost ran out of money. And then somehow in that last couple of months, when things were looking really grim, boom, people started playing. They were like, oh, this is actually fun. We created something. What do you know? This is good. It was really quite different from back then. I remember faintly the visual elements were kind of a lot more cartoony, a little bit hokey. And some of the mechanics that they had around pacing and some of the objectives that they had didn't feel very tight. In fact, I remember talking with the co-founders and they kind of readily admit like it was buggy. There's just a lot of problems with it. But they were really big believers in it and they just kept working on simplifying it and honing it. And eventually they nailed it clearly.
Wow. Well, everything in the beginning was always, there's glitch, there's always,
That's true. I mean, things are always tough in a startup. And, that really was a startup at that point. They raised money for it. But the thing is that it was really in the game for them, no pun intended, to realize that the game still wasn't good. Like, usually, if they were smart, and these two guys were honestly first-time game creators. They did not come from the game industry at all. They worked in the consulting industry for like Bain or something like that. Yeah, never made a game in their life. In fact, the whole pitch for them was, look, we don't need to know how to make a game. We just need to know how to make the process of getting someone into the game better. Because the game that it was based off of was a bot, it was a hack. So it was so complex to figure out how to get it working and get installed and finding people to play. So they were saying, we're going to make that easy. So easy to get into the game, you could just start playing. And we're just going to copy the best stuff that exists. But they didn't really focus on the game part till very late, which is one of the biggest things you could do wrong in game development. Like what you want to do is work on something they call like the vertical slice, which is forget about the graphics, forget about all the bells and whistles, just make it so you could play. Finish one level, and if that one level is so fun, you can build the whole world around it. And they never figured that out till very late. So that costly lesson almost sunk them.
What an inspiration.
No, that's not inspiration. That's dumb. It's a look back on, I'm never going to do that again.
Well, for them to not be in the industry, but their willingness and their passion towards creating the game.
Yeah, but they weren't going to quit after that point anyways, right? If you got 3 months left and that's all the money you got left, maybe not even 3 months, maybe even like 3 weeks of cash left, you got to keep moving forward. You just, keep going till you run out of everything. But the reality is that so many people, honestly, still even to this day, take the development process and do it wrong. They don't try to create and nail that core, what they call the engagement loop, where you play, you have fun, you play, you have fun. Like that has to be first. Everything else is secondary, right? The technology you use, the graphics that you have, the monetization system. Once you figure that out, all those things you can stack on top of it. But if you build the world around that and the core thing ain't fun, what you end up doing is actually trying to hide it. And so many games will look, oh, that was amazing. Or we have all these famous actors in the game. Or the soundtrack's amazing. But it's not fun. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to mask the fact of that person inside. It's sort of like, how you like to put on a lot of makeup and look pretty, but really inside you're ugly as sin.
Don't tell them that.
I'm not saying you, baby. No, baby. Not you.
It's true.
No.
Dang, I'm always impressed with this game.
Man, this month has been crazy with all the nostalgia. So this is fun. I'm actually thinking of doing more of these kind of videos. Rather than just doing reactions, it's like telling stories of my experience in the game industry over the last 20 years.
True.
Oh, I got a lot of crazy stories.
For sure.
Some really crazy stuff that to this day I haven't told anybody. But at this point, I don't care anymore. I don't work in the game industry, so let's sink the ships.
You get in trouble. You're never gonna get a job.
Hey, I'm a YouTuber now. I don't need their money.